Whispers in the Wind. Amora always had a peculiar connection with the wind. Every gust, every gentle breeze seemed to carry voices, melodies, and secrets from faraway lands. As a child, she'd cup her ears, trying to decipher the murmurs, but they always remained just out of comprehension. Now, at the age of 28, the whispers had grown louder and clearer. While most regarded it as Amora's wild imagination or her penchant for daydreaming, to her, it was a secret universe, waiting to be explored. One evening, during a particularly windy night, the messages became distinct. Seek the ancient tree atop the serene hill, the winds beckoned. Without hesitation, driven by a force beyond her understanding, Amora packed essentials and embarked on a journey, chasing the winds that had guided her life. The journey wasn't easy. She crossed dense forests, trekked through endless deserts, and climbed steep mountains. However, she was never truly alone. The winds were her constant companions, guiding her steps, offering solace when her spirit waned. Finally, after what felt like months, she stood before a majestic tree, its branches swaying as though greeting her. This was the ancient tree the whispers had spoken of. As she approached, the ground seemed to tremble with anticipation. Amora took a deep breath and touched the tree. Instantly, memories flooded her mind. Memories of past lives, of centuries gone by, and of stories from distant worlds. She saw civilizations rise and fall, lovers separated and reunited, and heroes challenging their fate. But among these memories, one tale stood out. It was the story of a guardian chosen every century, entrusted with the knowledge of the world and blessed with the gift to converse with the winds. Amora realized that she was the chosen guardian of her time. Empowered and humbled by her newfound responsibility, she decided to dedicate her life to preserving these tales, to ensure they weren't lost to time. Building a small cabin beside the tree, she became the keeper of stories, narrating them to travelers and seekers, ensuring the whispers of the wind were heard by all. And so, atop a serene hill, beside an ancient tree, Amora's voice merged with the winds, sharing tales of love, adventure, and magic. And while she spoke, the world listened, spellbound by the whispers in the wind. Shadows of yesterday. Every evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Eleonora would find herself drawn to the old mirror she had inherited from her grandmother. It wasn't its ornate frame or the mysterious symbols etched into its surface that fascinated her, but the fleeting images she sometimes glimpsed within its depths. These were not her reflections but shadows, echoes from a past she didn't recognize. One fateful evening, curiosity overwhelmed her. Eleonora decided she would try to interact with these visions. She lit 4 candles, placing them at each corner of the mirror, and recited an old rhyme her grandmother used to whisper when telling tales of the old world. As the final word left her lips, the room grew cold. The mirror's surface rippled, and Eleonora felt an irresistible pull. With a mix of dread and excitement, she found herself stepping into the world inside the mirror. It was a place stuck between time, where the events of yesterday played out like memories, yet felt tangibly real. Eleanor witnessed moments she had never lived, a lady dancing in a grand ballroom, soldiers marching off to a war, children playing in streets she didn't recognize, and countless other fragments of lives once lived. However, as she moved deeper into this realm, the shadows grew darker, and the memories more personal. She saw moments from her own past, ones she had forgotten or chose to forget. Childhood dreams, lost friendships, regrets, and heartbreaks, all came rushing back. A deep voice echoed, "To navigate the shadows of yesterday, one must come to terms with them." Eleanor realized this was more than a journey through time. It was a challenge to confront her past. With newfound determination, she revisited each shadow, no longer as a passive observer but as an active participant. She apologized, mended, laughed, and cried, releasing the weight she didn't even realize she carried. Soon, a warm light began to pierce the realm of shadows. The memories, once oppressive, now felt lighter, even comforting. The voice returned, softer this time, "You have faced the past, now return to the present." The mirror's world began to dissolve, and Eleanor found herself back in her room. The old mirror, once filled with shadows of yesterday, now reflected just her, clearer and brighter than ever. From that day, the mirror was no longer a curious artifact but a reminder. A reminder that the past, with its shadows and light, shapes us, but confronting it can set us free. And with that freedom, Eleanor looked towards tomorrow, ready for whatever it might bring. Dancing with destiny. Lila always had an extraordinary gift. Whenever she danced, those watching would become entranced, as though they were witnessing magic. In a way, they were. With every twirl and jump, Lila could see flashes of her audience's futures, just brief glimpses of what was to come. As word of her unique talent spread, people from all walks of life came to watch her dance, hoping to get a peek into their destiny. Lila, however, didn't always enjoy this gift. The future is unpredictable, and not all visions were of joyous events. She sometimes saw sadness, pain, and loss. Yet, she felt an obligation to use her gift, believing that perhaps she could help people if they knew what lay ahead. One day, a young man named Jasper approached her after a performance. Unlike the others, he didn't want to know about his future. He was there to challenge her. "I don't believe in destiny," he declared, a playful smirk on his face. "I think we make our own choices. Dance for me, and let's see if you can change my mind." Curious and intrigued, Lila accepted his challenge. As the music began, she lost herself in the rhythm, letting the melodies guide her movements. As she danced, she saw glimpses of Jasper's life, adventures, challenges, love, heartbreak, and a moment where their paths would cross again. As the dance concluded, Jasper, like all others, was entranced. But he looked deep into her eyes and said, "I saw nothing of my future, but I felt something I can't explain." Perhaps that's destiny. Days turned into weeks, and weeks into months. Lila continued her performances, and Jasper became a frequent attendee. They spent hours discussing fate, free will, and the future. In their conversations, Lila realized that she wasn't just dancing with destiny during her performances, she was doing it every day with the choices she made. One evening, after a mesmerizing dance, Lila made a decision. She took Jasper's hand and said, "Destiny or not, I choose this." She leaned in, and they shared a tender kiss, confirming the vision she had seen during their first dance. Over time, Lila learned that while she could see glimpses of the future, it was the present moment, the choices made now, that truly mattered. Her gift was not about predicting the future but understanding the value of the present. And in that present, she chose love, adventure, and the thrill of dancing not just on stage, but with every twist and turn life had to offer. Secrets of the Sunflower. In a vast field full of varied flowers, one sunflower stood out. This wasn't because of its size or the vibrancy of its petals, but because it was said to hold an ancient secret. Whoever unraveled this mystery would be granted a single wish. Elena, a young botanist with a passion for all things floral, had heard the legend. Skeptical yet curious, she embarked on a journey to this famous field. With her notebook and a magnifying glass, she approached the sunflower in question, its golden petals shimmering under the afternoon sun. Drawing closer, Elena noticed something peculiar. The patterns on the sunflower's head seemed to be moving, almost like they were forming words. She jotted down the sequences and soon realized they were not random but rather a language, one she had studied during her years in university, ancient botanical runes. She deciphered the message: to unlock the wish, one must learn to listen, not with ears but with the heart. Elena was puzzled. How could one listen with their heart? She sat beside the sunflower, taking in its beauty, feeling its energy, and letting the world around her fade away. As hours passed, she began to feel a deep connection, not just to the sunflower, but to every living being in the field. It was then that she heard it. A soft whisper, not in her ears, but echoing in her heart. The sunflower shared stories of ages gone by, of people who had come seeking its secret but left only with the realization that true magic lay in connecting with the world around them. As the sun began to set, casting a golden hue across the field, Elena understood. The wish was not a material gift but a realization, an understanding of the interconnectedness of all life. With a heart full of gratitude, she whispered back to the sunflower, "Thank you for the most precious gift." Years passed, and the legend of the sunflower continued. But Elena never shared the true secret. Instead, she started a botanical school, teaching others to connect with plants, to listen with their hearts, and to find the magic that existed in every leaf, petal, and stem. And so, in a field where countless flowers bloomed, one sunflower stood as a beacon, not of wishes granted, but of the profound connections waiting to be discovered by those willing to truly listen.